I'm love for the streets for the people. This is where I'm ready for. I'll be glad you are straight. I know it's more for fun.
When you light that cigarette, you're not just smoking, you're releasing something into everyone's air. That smoke, it doesn't ask for permission. It creeps into tiny lungs. It wraps around the back of the chest. It slips into the chest of the lungs. It stays long after you've walked away. Second-hand smoke, it doesn't make noise. It doesn't scream. It kills quietly. And children, they should never be using cigarettes. Don't send them to buy cigarettes. Please sort of them. Don't let them smoke. It's illegal. It destroys the future. It's against the law. Responsible smokers don't smoke in public. Protect others. Stop smoking in public. This social service message is brought to you by FCCPC. Did you know that Nigeria has one of the highest only 5 mortality rates in the world, and vaccine-preventable diseases contribute significantly? It is estimated that about 2.1 to 2.3 million children in Nigeria are zero dose who have not received any form of vaccination.
Treating vaccine-preventable diseases is costly for both families and the government. However, they can be prevented with vaccination. Take your eligible children from 0 to 23 months to be vaccinated against all vaccines-preventable diseases in any primary healthcare center nearest to you and in any designated places during immunization outreach services and campaigns.
Adolescents and adults can also get vaccinated against deadly diseases such as diphtheria and meningitis. Tetanus toxoid can also be administered to pregnant women. Those 9 years can also be vaccinated with human papillomavirus vaccine to protect them from cervical cancer. All vaccines are safe and effective and paid for by the government. Let's protect our children and ourselves today from the pains of tomorrow. For further inquiries, call the NPHCDA toll-free number 7722. This message is a National Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA, with support from Massacre Foundation, Cinemas and Livelihood to the Nigerian Red Cross Society.
Hey kids, it's Children's Showtime, brought to you by Banana Children's TV, airing every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Radio Nigeria Network Service, starting November 12th. Share your fun stories and exciting experiences to stand a chance to win real cash prizes. Join the conversation and experience the joy of reading. And for our little dreamers, snuggle up and unwind with heartwarming bedtime tales. Children's Showtime begins November 12th, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Only on Radio Nigeria Network Service. For sponsorship and partnership inquiries, please call Kenny on 091 3693 4383. Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
On African affairs, analyst Mr. Austin Ayebe says the just concluded Anambra State governorship election was adjudged peaceful due to improved security arrangements. He stated this while speaking on Radio Nigeria's program Monday Studio, which focused on the Anambra election. Mr. Ayebe noted that the circulation of fake news during elections remains a major concern and urged all stakeholders to work together to curb misinformation and safeguard the integrity of the electoral process.
So in this election, that all of those kind of fear-induced fake news did not really happen. But midway through the election, one of the candidates was alleged to have stepped down, the ANC candidate, and it was an AI stepping down with regard things that put out. And eventually when we reached out to his aide and of course the party, he said, no, that's false.
The Executive Director of the Civil Society Legislative and Advocacy Center, CISLAC, Mr. Omar Rafsanjani, attributed the peaceful atmosphere witnessed in the election to effective collaboration between civil society organizations and security agencies.
If you look at various elections in the country, you could hardly find where elections are taking place this peaceful. In 2023, virtually every state, you will see tension, you will see violence, you will see killing, you will see destruction. But sincerely speaking, on this election, we did not see this. And this is largely because of so much work also done by civil society to also calm and create peace.
Mr. Rafsanjani commended security personnel for their professionalism and restraint throughout the exercise, describing their conduct as a model for future elections. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Nufiu, has charged media and public relations officers to be innovative and objective in the dissemination of information and photographs via the media. Brigadier Rafiu made the call at the commencement of a combined media, public relations and information officers workshop in Abuja, urged staff of the departments to be proactive in creating contents, either as reading materials or captivating photographs. The NYC director also urged staff to make contents concise, clear and balanced without ulterior motives.
Timing matters. Content must be clear and concise. I told you its messaging is equally an art and a science. The image aspect of it, you must be conscious of it. We talked about balancing and content mix.
The Director of Media Department of NYC, Mr. Moniya, said the workshop was meant to chart a new course for the departments for effective service delivery.
We are here to chart a new course, the most enlightened class with so much potential. And the new thing now is social media. So the day has changed.
The theme of the workshop is building capacity of NYC public relations officers for strategic communication and reputation management. The first 2025 Media and Security Summit with the theme Existential Threats and National Security is in progress in Kebbi, the Kebbi State capital. The event is organized by the Kebbi State government and the Annual Broadcast Media Practitioners Forum. In a welcome address, Abdullahi Yawa said the summit was organized to educate people through media the multidimensional challenges and the solutions to them in order to make clear to people in the country and across the globe. He said security challenges are now global issues which need collective efforts to address them.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
Employee compensation scheme was introduced for the welfare of workers in public and private sectors. On Eagle Square, the Radio Nigeria Public Accountability Program this Monday at 7:30 in the evening, Teso Zambi engages the Managing Director of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, Mr. Oluwaseun Faleye.
The law requires public servants to be covered under the scheme. Local government, state government. NSITF does not leave anybody behind if you're a subscriber to employee compensation scheme, and that's why we advocate for employers to register their employees.
Join the conversation on the network service of Radio Nigeria this Monday at 7:30 in the Eagle Square, where only the truth is good enough.
The Federal Civil Service Commission wishes to inform all eligible officers that the 2025 Directorate Levels Probation Examinations for grade levels 14 to 17 will hold as follows. For the local leg, examinations are scheduled for Wednesday 12th, Thursday 13th, and Friday 14th November 2025 at venues indicated on each candidate's examination ID. For the following leg, the exams will take place on Wednesday the 19th of November 2025 in Cairo, London, New Delhi, and New York. Candidates, you note that random scheduling may apply, and JAM issue notifications take precedence over the general timetable. All accredited candidates are advised to check their exam times carefully, be punctual, and sign them out at their examination halls. Indiomo Edioge Philip, Permanent Secretary, Federal Civil Service Commission, announcer. Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
Thanks a bunch for staying tuned. Now, more than 19,700 adolescent girls in Nasarawa State are set to benefit from the second phase of scholarship grants under the World Bank-assisted Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment Agile projects. The support is aimed at helping beneficiaries pursue their education in various secondary schools across the state. Project coordinator Hajia Aishatu Aliyu announced this during the official launch of a policy document on gender in education held in Lafayette, the Nasarawa State capital. Chris Young to complete the report.
The event brought together stakeholders, principals, traditional and religious leaders to strengthen efforts towards creating a more supportive environment for girls' education. The state project coordinator of the Agile project, Hajia Aishatun Soda Ali, described the launch as a milestone aimed at bridging the gender gap in education in line with global best practices. She acknowledged the role of community and traditional leaders in motivating more adolescent girls to return to school.
Through Agile, we have 417 schools that are benefiting from the small and medium school improvement grants, 55 secondary schools equipped with ICT facilities, 30 new secondary schools will be constructed across the state.
The State Commissioner for Education and Chairman of the Agile Steering Committee, Dr. John Nomi, said the policy document aligns with Governor Abdullahi Sulu's vision to reposition the education sector.
This included the persistence of cultural barriers that continue to limit our girls' access to learning opportunity, early marriage, poverty, insecurity, leaving many children, especially the girls, out of school. These findings are called for urgent, evidence-based and sustainable action, which this policy now provides.
Also, the state president of ANCOPS, Mr. Aloko Williams, said the number of out-of-school adolescent girls has dropped significantly, while the state executive chairman of the Disabilities Commission, Malam Saleh Barbekiano, stressed the need for inclusivity, especially for girls with disabilities.
There are children that come from the vulnerable homes where their parents cannot afford to pay for their PTA. Their parents cannot afford to buy uniforms for them. But Agile are taking that onto my father. When we are launching this policy on girl child education, we are looking forward to a day where stakeholders like this will sit down and pull our hands together to see that we also launch a disability employment document.
The highlight of the occasion was the official unveiling of the 123-page policy document outlining 6 key sections to guide the implementation of the Agile project in Nasarawa State. In Latvia, Chris Nyamchu, Radio Nigeria.
A quick look at the international arena. The daughter of former South African President Zuma Sambodla has pleaded not guilty to terrorism-related charges at the start of her trial in the port city of Durban. She is being prosecuted over comments she made on social media 4 years ago during deadly protests in South Africa following the arrest of her father. Zuma Sambodla opened political to her father after he started his own political party and